Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. Today, we are checking out Before We Leave. This is a city builder, colony simulation, resource management style game. Of course, the variety that I like to check out. We're going to jump into a game immediately. Sure, that sounds absolutely fantastic. And as ever, I will do my very best to explain what the heck is going on and my thoughts and opinions about this game. One of the interesting things about this title is that it is non-violent. It is all about the logistics. It is all about the management, and you know, I respect that. I like that. I like a game that just out and out is all about the process rather than all about violence. So not to say that violence doesn't have its place in video games. Factorio, obviously fantastic. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. Here we are. This is our shelter. This is I don't know, the place where our little people have come from. Are they people or are they like I don't know. I don't know, little wool animals or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, what is our goal? Well, our goal, first and foremost, is to explore. We've got a reasonably sized island, but what we need to do as a priority is get this ruined ship back up and water-worthy. Water-worthy? Ship-shape? I don't know. Anyway, to do that, we're probably going to start constructing a couple of huts. Now, something that you may notice about this game, I'm sure it is abundantly obvious to you, dear viewer, is that everything is done in a sort of hexagon-based grid system, which means that you have to think very, very carefully about where you build buildings. We're just going to build a couple of huts over here. You need to think very carefully about where you're going to build buildings and where you're going to build roads, because you usually, by and large, need roads to connect pretty much all of the buildings to everything else. Anyway, we've got our population up here. Peeps on the island, available housing. As you can see, we will soon have 6 houses, and hopefully some of the peeps will start having more peeps, which is going to be excellent. And we'll be able to start growing a proper population. Look at that, already up to 5. Excellent news. We have our available woods, and we'll deal with that in just a second. We've got our available tools, and we've got our available stone. Now, what I'm thinking currently is that we could do with getting a little bit of a wood... I was going to say a wood mining setup, but that's not exactly the term that is used when it comes to chopping down wood. A wood cutter is indeed what we're going to get. Chops down trees to produce wood. Peeps working here are less affected by movement penalties. Okay, that's cool. This central square is already turning into a little bit of a mess, but let's not worry about that altogether too much. Anyway, we are still fine for water. We got water, and we have potatoes in our shelter, which is wonderful. It's also doubling as a little bit of a storage area. So as you can see, we've got wood, we've got tools, we got stone, and we have peeps all in the shelter. It's pretty important that we move out of the shelter as quickly as we possibly can. But to where and at what pace, we need to consider. Right, so after we've dealt with the huts, which is for people to live in and also consume food and water, it's probably worth us looking at food production. At the moment, we can only produce potatoes. How absolutely apt given who is recording this. And also wells. I think we're gonna go for a well. We'll go for a well over here. Sure. And then potatoes. This looks like a potato-y area, doesn't it? Doesn't it just? This looks excellent. Let's get some potatoes in here. Cracking. Potatoes and potatoes. Brilliant. Ooh, do we not have the ingredients for a well? Oh, we do have the ingredients for a well. We had 2 stone that have come out of the shelter, but we have no more stone. So it is probably worth us considering getting a stone mine as soon as we possibly can. Now, this is the Harvest Natural Resources tab. We don't have a stone mine, or a quarry, as I believe it's called in this game. We do not have one. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build 2 structures. We're going to have to build the Explorer's Hut, which is the basic unit of the basic research unit producing The basic research unit producing building. Generates research by gathering and processing ancient technology piles from the island. As you can see, these things are what our explorers are going to be operating with, and hopefully, there we go. They're going to pick it up. They're going to bring it back, and then they're going to turn that into the green research, which is kind of nice. They're going to turn green technology into green research. From there, we're going to get ourselves a library, and in fact, I think this area right here is probably suitable for a library. So let's see if we can bang one of these in right over yonder. And we do not have the stone that we need, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna need to take some actions pretty quickly in order to make that the case. Also, we need more tools. Let's chat about what we can do in order to make tools. There are two things that are important to note. First of all, this building, the transmogrifier, allows us to very inefficiently, I will say, create tools. But it allows us to turn 15 wood into 5 tools. We're going to do that. We do need a worker to actually operate it. But that is going to give us a few tools when we eventually get started on that process. We've got a couple of random boulders that are just around the place, and of course we can harvest these if we want to, or queue them up for harvest anyway, and that will give us somewhat of a supply of stone. Boulders aren't really useful for anything, at least as far as I'm aware. Aha, that's our tools. There we go. Look at that. We got 7 of the things. Boulders aren't particularly useful, at least not as far as I'm aware. We don't necessarily need to mine them in the future. We can actually just go about mining from these things right here. I mean, look at this. This is huge remnants of the ancients can be mined for stone. That's got 500 stone in right there. And I'm pretty sure our boulder destruction operation there yielded us about, I don't know, what, 5 or 6 stone? It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. Either way, it's going to be enough to get the library, and that is basically what we need to create civilization here. And I gotta be honest, I like it. I'm very, very happy with this. I'm very, very happy with this. I actually do think that we're probably going to need to try and get a few more houses, though. Man, I just love how everything is sort of like grid-based. It's very, 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 very appealing, and I like how it's got sort of these puzzly elements that sort of forces you to consider exactly where the heck you're going to build what. It's really nice. It's really nice. I just have a soft spot for hex-based games. I don't know why. I always have. I probably always will. I love it. Anyway, let's have a little look in the library. Researches new inventions from knowledge of the ancients. As I've already said, it is the explorer's hut, which is this building. 3rd time's a charm. This building, which creates the green research. It is this building that uses the green research. And as you can see, wowzers, we have a whole bunch of things that we can start to consider. Elevator or warehouse? Let's go with the elevator first, I guess. Why not? That seems like a somewhat sensible thing to do. And that will be done in no time. The elevator, of course, is going to allow us to reach this plateau up here, which I am very much looking forward to. Let's build the elevator over here, I guess. Sure. Let's build it over here. And that'll be done in no time at all, especially if we stick it into 4 times speed, which is exactly what I intend to do. And then we can just pause whatever we want to build. Right, let's build that. Let's build that. Yeah, we'll actually build it there. Sure. Build it over there. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. It's grand. Note that the woodcutter is still chopping trees, even though the original forest right next to the woodcutter has since been destroyed. That's fine. I'm okay with it continuing to venture out and cut trees. We can demolish forests like we demolish boulders, but then they won't regrow, and we need to consider what that'll mean for us. Right, now that we've got the elevator up and running, I think mining is probably the next priority. I do want to start maybe stockpiling a little bit of stone. We're also going to probably occasionally just continue to use the transmogrifier. But to be honest, this is a great opportunity. This is a great opportunity perhaps to get another woodcutter down. because we do seem to need a tremendous amount of wood, especially in the early game. I mean, look, every single Civilization game ever, you need a lot of wood early on, right? Like, it's just that simple. Also, we need to be able to access this ruined ship, which means that I need to keep a route free, and I'm just going to do that right now. We'll queue this area up for deconstruction, and we'll get another road in here. We need to make sure that we're able to repair the ruined ship. We don't need to, but I guess it's a good thing to do. And so we need to ensure access, which is kind of important. Okay, so we've got this mountain over here. We've got this rusting hulk. So this is going to give us iron ore. This is going to give us stone. And I think, to be honest, I am interested in both. So let's head out over this way. Let's build a road along the top of the mountains there. It's a little bit difficult to see what's happening, but it's fine. We'll get a quarry down. We'll get a quarry down here. It's interesting, actually. The quarry has a pollution radius. So the pollution does some bad things. Gives peeps that walk on it negative happiness depending on how bad it gets. So any of the pollution, we kind of want to be as far from the main village as possible. Forests will remove pollution that is next to them. That's cool. I'm happy to deal with that. Let's keep up the research game because we have hella research points. Look at that, 93 freaking research points. Metalwork, is that going to give us the quarry? Yeah, iron mines, iron smelters, and toolsmiths. Excellent. So it means that we no longer have to worry about using the transmogrifier to create tools inefficiently if we're able to start creating iron tools, which I very, very much like the idea of. Also, I need to bear in mind that we have access to this entire island. There's no reason to stop us from building out that way. Okay. All right, let's have a little look-see. We'll get the iron mine down here. Again, we need to bear in mind the pollution. Let's get that down there like so. Wonderful. And what have we got here? We've got the toolsmith, which, again, polluting. I feel like maybe the toolsmith would benefit from being just miles and miles away from everything else. So let's do that. Yep. And we'll get the toolsmith over there. And, sorry, that's the iron smelter. And then we will get the toolsmith, which is here. We'll get the toolsmith right over yonder. It's not ideal, but you know what? We're working towards a sort of heavy industry-like area, and in fact, we should be taking a few research objectives to try and encourage that. A warehouse, for example, a warehouse in the heavy industry area would be pretty good. We can build as many warehouses as we want to, but it seems like a prudent thing to do. Store the tools and the iron nearby. Get a warehouse down there. This is actually our first building which takes up 2 hexes. I like how that's a thing. It is indeed kind of funky. Ooh, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. What's happening here? The iron smelter requires power. Okay, well, that is something which we're going to need to fix. It just so happens that there is a ruined generator right over here, which is ready, as soon as I get the tools, to start outputting a little bit of power. How nice is that? I don't necessarily hate that at all. The pollution radius is not great. I gotta be honest. I perhaps shouldn't have built my huts so close to the ruined generator. Do I particularly care? Yes, I do actually. This is bad. We don't want people to be unhappy. No, I want only the happiest peeps. Speaking of, let's get a road through here, shall we? Okay. Something like that, and then let's get some houses. Maybe want to get a few more houses at some point in the future. Let's not worry about it too much for now. I'm pretty okay with where we're at. Let's keep on pumping out the tools, though, because I don't know where the heck our tools are going. They're going somewhere. Okay. Are we okay for food? I think that we are okay for food. We are seemingly okay for food, but not that okay for food. We need to get a few. We need to get a few more fields, I think. Okay, all right. Let's worry about that in just a second. Oh, it's up and running. Waiting for iron. Excellent. Let's get the warehouse kitted out to receive, you know what? Have all the construction resources. Have the iron ore. Don't have water. Don't have potatoes. That seems like a pretty daft thing to do. Let's keep the potatoes in circulation in the center of the village. Somebody is singing in the evening. I hope that it's got nothing to do with the fact that there's a lot of pollution around. Also, apparently we need to research repair. Happy to do that. Happy to do that, given that it's going to take not very long at all. Ooh, look at that. Sunken ruins. Sunken ruins. I'm excited to start exploring the world. At the moment, we have still, you know, only managed to explore one island. But oh lordy, we're going off piste here. Let me reduce that just a little bit. The ding ding is a little too loud for me. Okay, what is this? Gardening, vegetable fields, and orchards. Okay, bridges and a school. I guess there's no reason not to start making some progress on some of these. Oh, no. Wrong button. There we go. Let's get the ruined generator repaired. I presume that we can't repair these things. No, we can't repair these ancient ruins. Not like we'd want to. I don't know why we'd want to create a robot. Another, or lots of robots, technically. I don't know why we'd ever want to do that. I also don't know what the sort of lore is with regards to this place. I presume there is some lore, but anyway, it doesn't particularly matter. Okay, what do we need for this ruined ship? We need 28 tools, and we need a little bit of power. But we do actually have power up and running now, which is kind of wonderful, because that means that the iron smelter do be smelting, and the toolsmith do be toolsmithing. That is the technical terminology. That is the technical terminology. Do we keep tools here? We absolutely do. We're going to be able to make tools way more efficiently now. And I'm pretty certain that we're going to be just fine. Right. I can't queue that up. That's fine. But, you know, we'll get the bridge. We'll get the school. We'll get everything that we need to get. That is just fine. So, if we give Peeps the option of more food types, then they will be happy with me. It's just that simple. It's literally that easy. Who'da thunk it, eh? So, I think that this is something that we do want to do, actually. I tell you what, let's ditch this forest right here. Unpopular opinion, perhaps. But let's see if we can try and get, I don't know, like 2 tea fields, not any other forests, vegetable field. What do we need for an orchard? This island lacks the fertility needed for this field. That's depressing, I guess. We'll get a vegetable field then, or 2, and then we'll get 1 more potato field. We could build a forest if we wanted to. I don't think that we want to. I think that we've got plenty of forests. I don't think that we need to worry about that at all. Okay, this is more food production than I think that we're ever really going to need on this island. And as a consequence, maybe, just maybe, we should strongly consider getting a few additional people houses. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea to me. The ship should be ready for repair. Not enough adults on this island to support the construction. 25 are required. Oh, look at that. We've just crossed the line. Let's get the ship up and running, and let's go a-voyaging. So, as you can see, after we get this school research done, there's nowhere that we can go in the tech tree. Which is exactly why we need to go on a little gander to other islands. It's pretty much just that simple. We still have 22 peeps in the bunker, by the way, so we could do with getting a few more houses. The problem is that it's bloomin' difficult to find places for these houses. Oh, look at that. A school. Raises new peeps to increase your population once the initial few from the shelter have found their homes. Okay. All right. Looks like procreation is off the table until I can get this school up and running. Which, I guess is fine. It's just something. Ooh, that's a perfect place for a house. This kind of is also a perfect place for a house now that I think about it. This is where an ancient pile of research used to be. Anyway, the ruined ship is basically done, which is wonderful. And now we are about to start exploring. Let me wait until the sun is perhaps a little bit more advantageous to my position. But everyone, I think, is looking good. One thing that I sort of have overlooked. We could get a bridge. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's gonna be handy. All the peeps in your shelter have emerged. Excellent. There is no chance of any future growth until we get a school. Now, I kind of like the idea of having a warehouse tucked away in the corner here. Yeah, now we're talking. I love the idea of tucking a warehouse away in the corner. This whole idea, I guess, is so that we can have a great amount of food here. Is that within the population zone? The pollution zone? It's not, which is good. That is good vibes. Okay, sun still isn't up, but it is coming. It is coming. Also, something else that I should remark about this game is that there is an incredible number of overlays and information that is accessible to the player. So, for example, we can see, exactly what our happiness is. We can see how many people are idle. We can have a little look at our food stockpile. That looks grand to me. We can have a little look at, for example, available wood. We can even check out the route that the woodcutters are taking, which is kind of incredible. I mean, for example, iron ore processing. If we have a little look at the flow for, that, as you can see, literally taking it out of the iron smelter and into the toolsmith. That's it. That's the entirety of the process for iron, which is kind of nice. There's a lot of overlays here, as you can see. We've got a weather overlay as well here. We've got a little building overlay. We've got a pollution overlay. It's not looking good around the flippin' power generator, but that's fine. We can have a little look at the positive and negative effects of all different buildings on happiness. What is this one here? Occupancy. We can have a little look at all of the trade routes, as I've already mentioned. We can have a little look at warehouses and whatnot. And oh my goodness gracious me, it's all so unbelievably exciting. Let's turn off all of the overlays for now because I don't think that we necessarily need anything. There's no green technology available, but that's okay because we have done all of the green technology research. It is time. It is time to wander. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a little explore, and we're going to try and find another island to colonize, because whenever I'm over this island, as you can probably see, it says Island 1. Now, of course, that's not a typo. There's not just one island. Oh, goodness gracious me. This is the pole. Okay, all right. That's why I'm rotating around. That's interesting. Okay, we did discover a little island over there. There's also a little island over here. But this is a decrepit place, isn't it? Oh my goodness gracious me. Yeah, this is miserable. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's go in 4 times speed. And it's desert. It's literally desert. But apart from a little bit of greenery over here, which is cracking. All right. Set this area as the target, and that should just mean that the boat will try and navigate around the extent of the island. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty happy with this island. There might be another one. I don't necessarily know if it's worth exploring to see if there is another island. Looks islandy down here. That looks like the other pole to me. There may only very well be one other large substantive island. And to be honest, that's the vibe that I'm getting. Let's do a full sweep. Let's do a full sweep of the area just to make sure. This is the pole for sure. Okay, keep it coming out this way. As you can see, we're slowly but surely filling in the planet. That looks like a potential island. Aha, it's islandish. it's good, actually. Yeah, this is another large island. This is another large island. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this. You've discovered oil. Okay, there's oil somewhere as well. We have discovered a ruined spaceship, which is kind of nice. You know what? I actually think that I prefer this island. Where is it relative to my other island? Oh, it's super, super close. In fact, everything is super close. This is very near the pole, so it's making perspective go a little bit funky. What we're going to do is we're actually going to colonize this island, and we're going to set up our base of operations right here, which I think is insta. Yep, it's going to insta discover everything else on the island. We have a couple of brave souls who are going to be chilling out over here. As you can see, our boat has completely disappeared, which means that we do need to consider what the heck we're going to do about food and all of that sort of stuff. Can I get some houses down, please? Now, I would probably like to keep my houses on... Keep the houses on dry land. There we go. Okay, don't forget that you need a school. I know, I'm acutely aware of the fact that I need a school. Cue that up for deconstruction, cue that up for deconstruction. We do have a little bit of water, a little bit of food, some tools, etc. I might even be able to immediately stick down a school. You need a library on this island? Okay, I will do that. It was certainly on the list. The library and the explorer's hut are very, very important because... There we go. There it is. Ancient technology red. So you remember how we had those green ancient technology little pod things? Well, now we've got the red ones. And that's going to allow us to access advanced technology, which is very, very cool. Very, very cool indeed. Unfortunately, I don't think that we can actually do the research that will allow me to get shipping, which is very, very important, until we have a few bits of red technology under our belt. I mean, that's not necessarily the end of the world. It's just a little bit irritating that we're going to have big old holes in our globe until we can get this all fixed up. It's gonna be fairly quick though. If we have a little look here, shipping requires what, 20 red tech, and we're already at 17, which is fairly good. We could also probably look at getting an elevator over here somewhere. Let's demolish that tree there, and let's see if we can try and build out a bit of infrastructure up here. Kraken, and we'll get that in there like so. Let's see if we can try and get shipping. Brilliant. And what do you know? We've now got access to the upstairs, which is kind of nice because that's going to allow us to get iron. Also allows the explorers to get ancient technology much more easily than, you know, tracking around half the island. They still will track around half the island, but it's better to prioritize the close stuff, I guess. So this is a ruined spacecraft. We need a heck of a lot of stuff to repair this, but actually it's not crazy. Unknown resource, research the steel technology. So we need basically steel, glass, and fuel to make this spaceship tick, which is kind of an ambition, to be honest. Kind of an ambition. I guess that is our brand new target. We still have oil to explore somewhere. Right. We'll temporarily head back to the main island for a couple of reasons. First of all, we want to get ourselves a shipwright. Now, this is fairly important. Can I stick a house here? Yeah, there's no reason that I can't stick a house there. Shipwright can go here, and the port can go here. So, this is very, very important for a couple of reasons. First of all, getting the shipwright is going to allow us to start building other ships. Not just colony ships, but trade ships and scout ships. Now, the scout ship isn't super important because we've done most of our exploration with the colony ship, but it's still something that we want to do. Scout ship, fast, light, sacrifice to fully explore an island. Let's freaking go. Let's get that built, but obviously that's not the priority. The priority is making sure that the other island is appropriately linked with this island. I mean, we might get additional tool production set up on the other island, but for now it just seems a little bit daft. Okay. Scout. There we go. Is that going to fully explore the island? I hope so. Wait, did it say island or did it say... Oh, no. Oh, fully explore an island. Oh, my lordy. Okay, all right. Well, turns out we've already fully explored this island. Or maybe it was this island that we fully explored. I don't actually know. Doesn't particularly matter. Let's build another scout ship. Let's pretend that that one never existed. Okay. Carpe diem. Okay. I sincerely do not think that there is much left to explore. Yeah, the area of visibility is certainly bigger with this with the scout ship. Yeah, but there's nothing. There is absolutely nothing here, and we've discovered the islands. There is a sunken ship over here which we might want to check out at some point in the future. Research is becoming available each and every day. I'm aware of this. Okay. Nice. Nice. And I mean, that's pretty much it. There's a couple of like odd holes here and there, but okay, that's okay. And we'll go and check out the pole, and then we are gonna come across to this area here, and we are gonna sacrifice the ship, and it's gonna explore the entire island for us. Excellent. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's ideal. Also, our peeps on island number 2 are now a little hungry. So, we can build a colony ship, but we don't really want to. It's a little bit expensive. We're going to build a trade ship. A trade ship is very, very much up my street, and something that we can do reasonably quickly. Explorer's hut. I guess this can probably be destroyed. I don't think that there's anything else to do on this island per se. Can't upgrade the house quite yet because we don't have any tech. In fact, I don't think we can upgrade anything at the moment because I don't know if we have any tech. But no big deal. Let's have a little gander. I hate the fact that I have to cross the pole because that's gonna be easy to freaking confuse. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and toggle between the islands in this manner. Alrighty, look at this. We got our first trade ship, the Falcon. So, we can either trade manually, i.e. we can drive our ship over to this port over here, and we can load up people, we can load up food, we can load up drink, construction materials. I think for now, we're going to load... In fact, I don't even think that I want to trade. I don't even think that I want to do this manually. I want to go into the trade overview, and I want to drag a line between Island 1, Port 1, and Island 2, Port 1. So this is the... This is the result of the colony ship that created the dock at the other end. We're going to add the Falcon to the manifest. And what do we got? 24 potatoes on this island. Move 20. Maintain target of 20 on the other island. That sounds just fine, to be honest. That sounds excellent. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds cracking. Hold on. Island 1, Port 1. Why is it... yeah, no, that should be grand. Okay, so if we undo that, then we should see 20 potatoes being loaded up into this ship, and we should see them moved across to the other side of the world. And all of this should just happen automatically. Nothing's stopping us. That's right, nothing's stopping us from getting additional ships. Alternatively, we could add additional lanes. That's something that we could do if we wanted to. We could add more trade ships to this route. Frankly, the opportunity is endless. Very, very much appreciated, video game, for letting me know what's going on. Also, speaking of, it looks like I have a couple of thirsty campers over here, because of course. Good old potato here, completely neglected to actually build these poor sods a well. I think that I have the stone in place. I do. Let's also get some research done. What do we got? Power house, that's the house upgrade, pollution cleaner. I think we'll get upgraded houses, to be honest. I think that that's probably a priority more than anything else. We also want to get a school across here. What did we need for a school? As it turns out, nothing. We got everything that we could possibly need for a school over here, I think. Also, I didn't even get a woodcutter, did I? A woodcutter is kind of an essential bit of kit. Sure, Just build it there. It's not going to be ideal. We're only like next to a small forest, but obviously the woodcutters can still have a little explore around. Cracking. Okay, so this should theoretically mean that we are going to be able to raise new peeps to increase the population, which will be excellent for allowing us to have more workers. Man, it's dusty here. It sucks. It sucks over here. This is a miserable bit of land. Sure. 3 additional houses. I mean, I can't imagine that people are going to be, like, overly delighted about living in the desert. 75% speed penalty. Yeah. Yeah, I don't love that. What do we need to upgrade these huts? We need 4 stone. I mean, we could bring stone in from the other island, but it's probably just as easy to get it built over here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that in there like so, and then let's ditch this bit of road here, which I built with love, but it is surplus to requirement, of course. Okay, woodcutter is doing good stuff. Research is refreshed. We could get power. We could get pollution cleaner. Let's get power. Why not, eh? And then let's see if we can try and upgrade some of these huts. I could get a tool set up, but to be honest, I'm not really inclined to do that. I think what I want to do is I actually just want to straight up get myself a brand new trade ship. Get myself a brand new trade ship and then just start moving the tools. If we're able to maintain a certain number of tools on the other island, then that would frankly suit me just fine. Speaking of maintenance, it's going to be much easier to maintain the number of tools on this island if we are able to get a few more places for them to be stored. I do know that I will not have the tools to make this happen, but that's okay. They will be coming across in a trade boat very, very, very shortly indeed. I need to go here. Do I need to add an additional lane? I don't think that I necessarily do. Maintain 20. Excellent. Edit trade ships. The hammer. Cool. So presumably that'll be fine. I don't actually think that we even needed a second trade ship, to be honest. I think that might be a little bit extra. I don't think that it's going to be super useful. As you can see, we're loading tools up right now. I think we would manage just fine. Yeah, I think we should manage just fine to get a few additional tools. And what do you know? Look at that. That's looking cracking. You can't manually attach a ship to a shipping lane. What are you talking about? I want to get a warehouse here, and I want to store literally everything that we possibly can in this warehouse. Everything that we could possibly need, we will move out of the port and into the warehouse. And let's also keep up the research. What do we need? We need 20 greens. Huh. Can I move green research, actually? Now, that's a question. Ooh, I never thought of that. Let's manage shipping. Don't need to edit trade ships. I can totally move this. Let's try and maintain, I don't know, 200 on this island. Sure. In fact, I don't even know why I'm bothering to just have it as infinity. Just have it as infinity, honestly. Have it as infinity, and we'll get another ship as well to see if we can try and accelerate the process. Yeah, because that's gonna take no time at all. How the bleeding heck did you manage to get over here, dude? Says they don't kiss horses, but they do. You're exploring? How did you get over here? I presume that these things can swim then, if that's the case. I mean, if they manage to get here, then that makes a lot of sense. Also, a couple of our peeps are dying, which is not necessarily the end of the world. It just means that we need to get a school over here as well, because we've already got a school on this other island, and it's already maxed out our housing. So let's get Let's get this upgraded. Let's get this upgraded. Let's get this upgraded. Let's get this upgraded. And let's get this upgraded. So we're basically going to try and double our population over here. And we should be just fine. Glasswork, fuel, and steel, wasn't it? Yeah, to get this rocket repaired. Why not try and head down the route of the rocket? Why not head down the route of the rocket? And in fact, we're going to connect the rocket up. Presumably, we're going to need a road to said rocket, which is what we will do. Right, 30 wood. Is there anything that we can do, perhaps, to try and increase the total amount of a resource in this warehouse? Because we can get wood. We just can't get that much of the wood. Tell you what, it might be just more prudent for us to get an additional warehouse over here. Yeah, it's fine. What the heck is this? A stasis box containing some objects? Okay, I don't know what we actually got. I have no idea what we got. Peeps on Island 2 are getting hungry. Yeah, it's probably because our trade ships were temporarily moving a whole bunch of science and tools and stuff. But that's okay. We're going to edit trade ships, and we're going to get the Nexter onto the trade route as well. Again, not certain that it's going to make a terrific amount of difference, but we'll try nonetheless. Glasswork is done. Let's immediately go into fuel. And that is going to mean that we can get a sand mine, which is incredibly exciting. What's the pollution radius for a sand mine? Not huge, apparently. We can also get a glass smelter. The pollution radius for this is somewhat larger. That's fine. Got quality of life to increase everyone's happiness. Sure, we'll go for that. We'll get a marketplace down there. It might be a desert marketplace, but that's okay. And we can also build a bespoke wood generator, which I will build. I will build over here. Now, are we going to have the tools and the resources to build all of this stuff immediately? Probably not, to be honest. But that doesn't matter. That does not matter one little bit. Okay, we got a sand mine. We are mining for sand. We will have the glass smelter operational in just a second. The wood generator is now up and running as well. Marketplace, what do we need? We need power over here, and we will have power over here imminently, I hope. He says. But we may not have the wood needed to maintain the power generator for very long unless I'm able to get another woodcutter down here. Okay, so what does that leave us? We need to get an oil well, and an oil well presumably needs to go on a source of oil, which I'm not actually sure that we've got anywhere on this island. Might have to have a little look for that at some point in the future. We've also got a fuel refinery, which we also need oil for. I have a funny feeling that oil is going to be on the other island. I have a funny feeling that oil is going to be on the on this other island, isn't it? Is it here? It totally is. It's already in barrels. What are you... Do we have an explorer? What are you doing? Exaggerates constantly? How did you get over here, amigo? Okay, so clearly we need to colonize this third island, which we will do. We absolutely will do. We're going to need to build ourselves a colony ship. But to be honest, I'm not too displeased at the rate of happenings. Not too displeased with the rate of happenings thus far. Everything is looking pretty good. Also, I see that everything has been divided equally. Yeah, okay, so the number of resources I've assigned is the number of resources that can be stuck into the storage place. That makes sense. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna get steel because, I mean, we can. It seems like something that we should do. Not enough workers on this island. I'm somewhat not surprised. Is that already a level 2 house? That's already a level 2 house. To be brutally honest, we just need more people out here. I think I am going to do... Excellent. And, in fact, let's get a whole whack of them, eh? Can't demolish roads attached to buildings. Ah, yeah, let's demolish this. Demolish that. And then retry. A slightly better operation there. Okay, that is going to take a while. It's going to absolutely wipe all of our wood out, but frankly, I think that is a price that I am perfectly willing to bear. Okay, I think this is actually kind of a nice place to wrap up. We're, what, like 50% of the way through the tech tree? I will say I'm really, really happy with all of the progress that we've made. I think at the start of the next episode, we're easily going to be able to get this ruined spaceship up and running, which is very, very exciting. I feel like this game has a lot more to offer than just a single episode. So you know what? I think a little series is in order. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know in the comments down below. But this is before we leave, and I like this. It's a lovely little hex-based city builder, and completely non-violent as well to boot. Anyway, folks, thank you as ever for watching. My name, of course, is Potato. Thanks as ever to the fantastic Patreon support, patreon.com/Potato. Thanks to Banana Nana and Aurelio, and the two $25+ tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.